Continuing forward with this preview interviews ahead of the 2024 season and the VCT Americas kickoff event. I am here accompanied by Demon1 of NRG. You love him, you hate him, you really love him, or you really hate him. He is right here. Like I said before, Demon1, thank you so much for taking the time. I just want to just start off by just focusing on your new team, NRG, coming in from EG during the off season. So, what's it like, being in a new team, a new environment for this new year?
Feels good, amazing. The team environment is really good. We go together, we've been playing, practicing together, hanging out. The new team, like the facility and all that is like so good. Environment really good. You get free food and all that. We have a chef that cooks for us, so it's definitely a bonus, and the whole thing is just great.
Oh yeah, of course. You can't really hate on free food. It's one person's dream. So, but still, now focusing on yourself. Of course, it's been quite a whirlwind of an off season for you and the rest of the EG squad with all the reports that came out of what it was like and just having to move to another team. But how much of a difficult off season was it for you, and how much did it affect you, in trying to figure out what you're trying to do next and what your future was going to look like?
Um, I just didn't do anything. I was on like vacations for like 4 or 5 months. I didn't even like open the internet or like touch the computer. I was just like home chilling, doing things, watching movies that I didn't really do anything. I just kind of knew like, yeah, I'll just be on a new team. EG doesn't want me anymore, so move on.
And how did you move on? Going from that to NRG. Of course, you were one of those that was announced to join NRG following your time with EG. So how did that happen? How were the communications? Was like discussions like while you were just vibing out, just enjoying
I
your off
was
season?
nothing in any. It was just like more like one day I was like, hey, you're on the NRG. I was like, all right.
Really, it was just like that.
Yeah, I'm being like 100% on. I was like, okay, no longer on EG, and then like, oh, you're on NRG now. So.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. I must have thought it was just been like a long-winded kind of ordeal for you, but now it was just literally like that.
Like from my perspective, yeah, because like I didn't like talk to anyone. I was like not on my phone, not on the internet, so I was just like got a message. I was like, hey, this, and then 4 months later, I'm like, you're on energy now. Let's make it happen. I was like, all right, cool.
Oh, so I guess like did you have a choice of all the teams that were interested in you, or just basically
I had options, but yeah, I just like went with energy.
okay, I got you, and exactly what made Energy such a very interesting, or basically your next team, what made it stand out compared to the other teams that were
I
looking
just
at
liked it
you?
the most. I like the players the most on that team and the environment and stuff. So yeah.
Of course, and of course, it's one thing to look at a team such as Energy and looking at how they perform, and it's another thing to join them for this season. And how you already mentioned it earlier on in the conversation, but exactly what has it been like working with a team such as NRG, in addition to your teammate Ethan who joined alongside you from EG. So what's that process been like? In getting to get into sync with the rest of the NRG guys.
It's good. They're super chill, We make jokes around here and there, and like, we're super serious in the server, and do things together, and it works out really well when we play.
And what were some of the things that you feel the team has been focusing on when it comes to building a system, building the way to play, and having to support you? Because, of course, your teammates have talked to me before this interview and they mentioned how, it's been a point to support you and just let you do what you do with your skill. So, what has been some of the things that the team has been focusing on during this off season, in addition to supporting you as the duelist?
Well, during the off season, I'm sure they played, but like I said, I wasn't doing anything. I was just kind of at home. But um, during for like me, like it's super easy. They know what I can do and stuff. I just ask for stuff here and there, and like we get really along together, and it works out really well.
Did you change anything? Like, did you change any like adjustments or to your game or anything during the off season?
No, I have not played in like 4 or 5 months
Okay,
prior to
so
the
you just basically gotten back to the swing of things this year, like the past few months,
yeah, like 3 weeks ago when we started.
and there's been no change like to your level, just still top, right now,
You guys will
kicking.
see in the server
Of
February 16th opener.
of course, I love the quick advertisement. Um, and in doing so, I'm kind of curious on how this NRG team compares to that of the EG squad, because of course, in winning the world title with EG, I mean, of course, there's no one above you guys with that team. But when it comes to moving from EG to NRG, how does that compare, like com wise, play style wise? Because of course, it's definitely different in a new environment. So how did you compare the two before the start of this season?
The vibes are like, they're fun, chill. Obviously personalities are different, but you still get the same feel and level, like, everyone is chill, everyone is, together and all that. Um, and basically like the level, on EG, we like started off so obviously everyone's like an underdog and we proved ourselves and now on Energy like the players are like proven, everyone knows what they can do and stuff. So I would say the level is like there and like the potential is even higher because when everyone's at their best, like I don't think anyone can compete with us. So
Yeah, and it's as a result of being in the team such as NRG that people are already rating you guys as number one team heading into the start of the kickoff event, and also everything after that. And as someone who just basically all chill and just taking things as you go, how do you look at the team, at the public's expectations for this team?
I don't know like what the public thinks about us.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't been like reading much or anything. I don't really know what the public thinks or cares about us, but none of my business. They can think whatever.
Standing out as one of the top players in the world last season, and then the sentiment still is that revolving around you this year. Um, what do you think make that possible for you to be at such a great level throughout this entire time?
Just staying consistent, doing your thing, doing what I'm used to doing and following the routine over and over and just being active and playing the game.
Do you have anyone in mind that you want to face as the defending champion, as a reigning champion, within the league?
Um, just my teammates, Booster, John, Com. Obviously, we were teammates for a year. Never got to play against them, so excited to play against them and see how they play now.
Who among the team do you have like your target set on number one?
As a team,
Your teammates. Your teammates now your opponents. That's what I'm talking about.
as in like who I want to like play the most.
Yeah.
Probably Booster. He was talks a lot, and I just wanna play him on the server.
Has there been any like smack talk, amongst your former
I don't know,
teammates?
friendly. Just like here and there. You're like, so like, hey, you're bad kids in the server and stuff like that. So,
What about outside of just your former teammates? Do you have anyone in mind that you want to just take down or just remind that who really is the best?
don't really have anyone in mind.
What about like outside of the region? Do you have anyone that you want to take on?
Not really.
And as someone that has won the whole thing, last season, um, what's it going to take for this team, your new team, to then return to the that level that was reached by EG last year?
Just playing longer together and doing what we've been doing for the past month. Playing together, coming up with things and ideas, and just pushing each other forward. And I think we'll be there in no time.
Mhm. What's your opinion on the recent changes to the game, like map pool and the, like, do you hate it? Do you like it? Are you just don't care or something?
The map pool definitely got worse. They added Icebox, terrible map. They said they're gonna change it. They didn't change anything basically. The one thing they should have changed was the A bomb site, and it's still in the game. Doesn't really change anything to the map. You go A 12 rounds in a row as an attacker, and you win every single one. In my opinion, Fractured was a pretty good map. They probably should have kept that one instead of bringing like Breeze. Should have brought Pearl back, but it's whatever.
Hmm. And how do you view the or how do you view the level of this NRG team compared to the rest of the other teams in the league? You know, before the start of this entire season. You know, how do you rate your team compared to the rest?
We're definitely up there for sure, I would say.
Mm. I think I already mentioned this before, but do you feel pressured? You know, because like you already won the whole thing, so to follow that up, you know, to try to repeat as world champions, do you feel any
Yeah.
pressure?
Not really. I've been saying it all of last year. I don't really feel pressure, so I'm just gonna stick with that. I don't get nervous. I don't feel pressure. I just do my own thing.
Is there anything that gives you pressure?
Not really.
Is there anything that closely like gives you a little bit of pressure or something like that? Okay, okay. Um, got a few more questions to wrap up or before to ask before to wrap up. Um, what are your personal expectations for you individual wise? You know, when it comes to playing in a team such as NRG, um, what do you view as like your main goal or like your main obstacles for the year ahead?
Um, just definitely want to prove the world that like I'm still the best. I'm like him. I can do this. I can do that. Is one of my goals for sure.
Do you still get any like kind of sentiments that like or people doubting you? Does that still bother you at this point? Because like you're still
I've
world
never
champion,
cared
right?
last year. Yeah. I've never cared like what people thought about me last year, and I don't really care about this year either. It's just more like for myself with the results that I put up.
This is more so just a battle with yourself. But I mean, at this point, you're basically winning. You know, world champion. Nothing really doubting that. So yeah, that about wraps up all of my questions for this conversation. Demon1, I really appreciate you taking the time once again. Best of luck for you and the rest of NRG for the future, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, man. You too, man.